the place. And I am ready. I don't know how ready you are, but I've always been ready. Good morning, good morning. It is World Gratitude Day. I'm just going to write that in the chat because it is. And hi to everybody on social media. For those of you that can see me, hi. I am just writing in the chat because it's World Gratitude Day. Yeah, World Gratitude Day. It's World Gratitude Day. Just going to say it again. It's World Gratitude Day. I don't know how long you've been awake in this day, but it is World Gratitude Day, and we are live on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitch, and we are in MJ's house, and it is the attitude of gratitude. It's World Gratitude Day. I'm just going to say it again. It's World Gratitude Day. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that I've got a coffee. I'm so grateful that I'm here. It's the 21st of September. We are on our way to Christmas. I don't know whether anyone knows, but on Wednesday, it was, I think Thursday, it was something like 99 days to Christmas. There's less days than there were. I can't add up. I'm dyscalculic, but it's definitely less than 100. And it's definitely more than one because it's not Christmas today. It's World Gratitude Day. If you didn't know, your attitude to gratitude is contagious. If you didn't know, your attitude to life is contagious. In fact, the very energy that you create within you is contagious. Whichever direction you take it, whichever way you look at life, whichever direction you're waking up this morning, whether when you woke up the sun was in your eyes and it was just a bit difficult to open them, or maybe you're feeling those days draw in and perhaps you didn't quite want to wake up at the time that you did ordinarily. Whichever way you woke up today, it's contagious. We hold contagion. We are contagious. And I actually didn't realize just how contagious I was. I mean, I've had COVID, right? I mean, I was intubated for a lot of weeks. I have quite a lot of challenges physically and emotionally and all those other things because I live in the world. But I didn't realize just how contagious my attitude was. I didn't, but I think I'm learning now. So today, thank you for being here. Please share the space with the world. Share out this space. Hit that arrow at the bottom of the room. I'm going to show it to people on social media. Hit that arrow at the bottom of the room. Let's see how many people share this space out. There's a few in the room, all right? There's a few of you online. If you want to say hi in the chats, tell me. Chats? Yeah, all of them. Tell me when you're here. Apparently, if you're here live, you've got to say one. That's probably because I am is one. I am is one. And if you're here later, they reckon you should put two. Don't put two now, though, because you're not here later. If you put two now, I'll be like, look, Jew, you're already here. Or now then, Andrew, I think you're fibbing. So if you hear one, not in our chat, well, anyway, I suppose I can't say that because there's loads of chats. So maybe if you're here now, put one. And if you're not here now, don't put two. You have to do it later when you're here later. Yeah. And if you're on replays, don't hide yourself from the replays because it's okay. It's all right that you're here. And don't, if you do hide yourself from the replays, just send me a message later and say, I did listen and I hid myself from replays and these are my takeaways. This is what I get, right? I get all sorts of skullduggery going on. And I don't know what it's about. All I know is that I show up. I show up for myself, I show up for you, and I show up for World Gratitude Day. We've had some, if we look back, we've had some topics, right? We've had some topics. The topics have been, who do you think you are? Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you've been? I mean, you name it, we've had it. We've had let's talk about sex. So if you want to look back at our previous topics, jump on Clubhouse, find MJ's house, or inclusion, or both. You know, you might want to binge watch both of me. You might want to binge watch inclusion, binge listen to inclusion. But if you go on YouTube, you see, you can binge watch and binge listen, you see. So whichever way you want to absorb this material, do what you do, boo-boo. Do it the way you do it. Do it best in your way. Do you? Oh, yeah, obviously do you. Especially when it comes to gratitude. So I'm gonna first of all ask the enormous audience, who believes, number one, in gratitude. If you don't, you're a bit weird. And then, you can tell me if you don't. I'd love to hear that you're a bit weird. If you don't believe in a gratitude, what do you believe in? And before I talk, and I'm going to talk after you've told me in one sentence, what does gratitude mean to you today? Because it changes, right? So I'm going to jump round quickly. I'm going to go to James and Alexia. Only the ones on the stage. The rest of you can stay down there. You didn't come up. James and Alexia and Victoria and Jew and Andrew. That's only 5 people. So I'm going to ask, it's like a studio audience. Well, it is a studio audience. I'm going to ask the studio audience, what they feel gratitude means to them today in one sentence. That's going to be really hard for the likes of, well, James. Oh, and Alexia, and maybe Victoria, and you. I haven't finished yet, but you can talk in a minute, James. Or Andrew. Come on then, James. In one sentence, it's a difficult one. What does gratitude mean to you?
Gratitude. Well, it's being here today in this room with these people around me, incredible people, because I feel like I'm with my royal family. Just I've got all my crew of friends around me that supported me through my darkest hours, and it's like a hug in a mug. It's like a hug in a blue mug with a royal coffee in it. It's such a beautiful feeling to be here and to be included and not ostracised. It's so. But my coffee it does look at the moment a little bit brown on top, but it's in a china mug, thankfully, not that plastic.
James,
and that's where I want to leave it today. I'm just so happy to be here and alive and just living the dream.
Do you know, I think you have oppositional defiance disorder, mate, like me. I'm going to give you one sentence, I said. That's the longest sentence I've ever read. I think we're going to have to do one paragraph now. I realise that on this stage, there's people that only do speak in paragraphs. One of them's me. I'm grateful for our friends too, James. And I also have a Royal Organo coffee in my flask right here, right now. I'm just going to pick it right up and show people. It's in my flask. Here we are. I'm shaking it. And I've already had mine. I've also got some lemon infused green tea in front of me. And I've been on that as well this morning. And then in front of me, which is crazy, isn't it? In front of me, as we can see, if you're on the screen, which you are, some of you, then you can see my reishi capsules that I'm about to neck once everybody's given me one sentence. But the reason that I've got all them is not because I'm grateful for them. I am. What I'm grateful for is me. I'm grateful for me for taking those action steps. I happen also to have eaten, I'll be honest here, I'm showing you. I happen to have eaten, all right, some very good snack bites this morning. I'm showing my phone like you can see, James. I'm showing my phone like you can see. I'm also showing them on social media that the stuff that I'm going to be flogging on account of the fact that it's just so very good is in my hand. And it's in my hand because I've been eating it. Well, I'd say that gratitude, I'm going to tell you what gratitude means to me. I'm going to wait till I've gone around the rest of you. Alexia, you get to talk early. I bet you're eating porridge.
No, not yet. I haven't even got dressed yet.
Are you naked again? Yes! Yes! Yes!
Well, now I'm feeling better. That is gratitude, because my brain's coming back into gear after that accident that really knocked me upside down. So there's gratitude for that.
I'm grateful he's still here and not dead from it.
Gratitude for all the wonderful people I come across.
Yeah.
Because what you put out comes back to you. And that is the simplest way to look at gratitude.
It really is. Like, that is in a sentence. What you put out comes back to you. My friends are always there for me. I'm grateful for my friends, and I'm grateful because what I put out always comes back to me. Do you know, we're creating a gratitude statement right now. We are creating.
Well, I say thank you to you, because when I had that last bit of paperwork and I filled that in, my brain had just gone, and I just sent it back to you, and I thought, should tell me what to do, because I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't. I'd just gone completely brain dead. I'd had so many things that had actually come in that day to deal with. And I just got to breaking point.
I'm sorry, you broke. Oh no, I broke one again.
But this is what part of life is, whether you're special needs of whatever level that is. Everybody does it.
We do.
And I did it.
We do,
and
we break.
Just pick the pieces up by sending a message back, just do this. and sometimes that's all you need. Is somebody say, just do that. And
I like that.
Well, you saw my computer the other day because you had access to it, and I'm trying to sort it out, which is why it's in a mess, because with writing all the books and everything, it's got a bit mad. What should have been done over the holiday, my accident meant I couldn't hardly sit at the computer for more than 10 minutes at a time. So in the last 2 weeks before we officially go back to university, I'm trying to do it in that time, which is not a good idea, because Daniel and Dad are coming round to finish the ramp off today, because obviously with my walking deteriorating, I need rails when I'm walking down it. Otherwise, because the first time I tried it, we're going off the tack, but my leg was so bad I had to get Daniel down. We walked back up the ramp because I had nothing to hold on to. So
solutions. I'm grateful for solutions.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm grateful for all the solutions. If I hadn't put out what I needed with love, I wouldn't have Daniel as a friend.
No.
Hopefully you'll be here soon and you'll meet him. He's quite a character. You'll get on like household.
I'm so excited that I've already met him and I already know him and I already know we get on. And the reason I'm excited is because I've been waiting for it for so long. It's like it's already happened. And that's the thing about gratitude, right? I think when I'm grateful for it already happening, then it's a foregone conclusion.
I had to do to be in this house when I was sitting with Anne, not knowing, excuse the language, what the hell I was going to do with an empty bank account.
Awful.
I didn't know. I wish I could find it, but I can't. Awful. What I drew was one of the main churches, entrance to one of the main churches in Wisbech. Never been there, knew nothing about the friends. That's
one sentence.
Yeah. Hey up! Hey up! There's a blast from the past, or is it the future? 1 sentence, said the Jew. Yeah, do you want another sentence, Alexia? Now he said that you can only have one.
I might as well. Never got that far. To have actually drawn the entrance to that church, not knowing where I am, I'll leave you to decide how that happened.
That's it. Oh, I think we need to go to Jew in a minute, but we've got Victoria first. At least we only had one sentence. One sentence, Alexia. I'm going to ask for a book next time and let's see if people just come up with one sentence. I think that's the thing, you know. Somebody actually asked me in a coaching session for the next sentence the other day because I was really happy to interject. I was. And I'll be honest, as soon as I was asked for the next sentence, I didn't have one. So there we are. Victoria, good morning. Apparently, Jew says in one sentence, well, I said, what does gratitude mean to you?
Right, this is it.
You can be as long as you want.
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Well, I'm agreeing with Alexia, and it is the amazing people that I am meeting, mainly online. And this girl the other day, I just got a random voicemail, a voice text, and she sent me a song, and it was absolutely beautiful. She'd seen that I was going through some stuff on Facebook. She sent me this song, no other words, and it was beautiful guitar picking and amazing words. And I messaged her back. I said, oh my God, that was so amazing. And it's transpired she's in hospital with bipolar. She's separated from her children, and she wrote that song and played it about her children. I was blown away. I thought it was a professional song. I mean, it's just amazing, the universe just working in that way, you know. And it's like a lot of my outsider artist people are moving on to my personal page now and becoming like really good friends. And, you know, there's just the whole universe of us out there. There's loads of us out there. There's like millions of us.
There is millions of us. There's millions of us all connected in the same way. And when gratitude is part of the recipe, I find that we're like magnets, that we draw those people to us. That I think what we'll find is that more and more and more you will make those connections in outsider art, that they're coming to you in an authentic way. Her song to you was about her grief with her children, and you and I have experienced grief, and if anyone that's got children has experienced that grief of when it just doesn't feel enough, or when we don't feel like we've done a good enough job. And, you know, I feel that her authenticity met with yours, and I'm grateful that you received that the way that she intended it. That's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for you there, Vic. I really am. For all the millions of days that we've known each other. I'm grateful for you.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say millions of days because I don't know how long it is.
I'm grateful for everyone in this meeting as well, you know.
So
yeah, I'm grateful for all of you.
So am I. So am I. I'm grateful for everyone that I've spoken to this weekend, which is nearly all of you. Jew, we're here again. Did you do the gratitude meditation this morning that I sent you?
Yes.
Yeah, do you feel grateful?
Not really.
Why not?
Because I'm still stuck somewhere.
Yeah, but
I don't want to be.
Can I be honest?
I didn't ask for.
You didn't. And you're still there. Do you know, I didn't ask to be in a wheelchair, I'll be honest.
Nor me.
But I'm still stuck there, aren't you? And sometimes it's not as easy as it might be running down road.
Done that too.
Yeah, you run down the road. But I'll be honest, running down the road has its challenges, just as sitting in a chair does. I just think when you don't have to run down the road anymore, you forget what the challenges were.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I used to use a bike as well before I got my hand bike. I used to use a bike, and there were challenges there as well. I went over the handlebars and into a bush. I did. I did. I'm just wondering if we can be grateful for wherever we are.
That's how I learned to ride a bike.
What, going over the handlebars?
On one side there was a hedge, and on the other side was a ditch full of stinging nettles. And the times I fell off in the blooming stinging nettles learning to ride this bike.
Joe, I think you're in the stinging nettles. I think that's where you are at the minute.
I've got a story about stinging nettles.
Tell me in less than a sentence. I mean, I'm joking. Tell me in all the sentences you want.
I will stick to the rules.
Oh, all right then. Don't tell me your stinging nettle story then. Tell me later.
I will.
Thanks. Now, you're not gratitude. Hang on. The question, you still haven't answered the question. I think you have oppositional defiance disorder too. We'll have to do a class on it. oppositional defiance disorder and why we're all it. So, Ju, what does gratitude mean to you?
All of the wonderful.
Good morning.
Morning. You're live on social media. You're live on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitch and Twitter and Clubhouse. How do you feel?
Are you ready?
We're always ready. What about you? You ready?
Yeah.
Right, Ju, you're going to have to go off. And whatever you think of gratitude, go and be grateful for the fact you're ready.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. Bye. We're grateful for you.
Okay.
Bye. Don't forget to mute you. There we are. Well, now we have interjections. We have visitors in the media. See, even now we have the greatest visitor. Andrew, one sentence. See if you can stick to it. Nobody else could.
Yeah, so I'm grateful for everyone here, and I'm also grateful for myself for being able to, develop and also for actually finding the right scholarship form to fill in for my MSc. So I've actually done the mind map, so I just need to get the mini essay done, but I can do that today.
You can do it today.
When you put faith in yourself, you can do it, and you have to learn to build resilience. So I'm very grateful.
Gratitude is building resilience.
Church as well.
Yes.
They've invited me to breakfast at 9 o'clock on a mental health topic. So
Result.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Breakfast at church. I'm grateful for breakfast at church. I'm grateful for breakfast, actually. I'm grateful for you, Andrew, and I'm grateful that you've already done that assignment. If you need a hand, I've got a couple of hours this afternoon, so don't be stuck. Just shout up if you get a bit discombobulated with it, because, you can write words and then they can turn into, well, mush, actually. If you've not got somebody to share it with, I'm sure it'll be wonderful and you'll just smash it out the ballpark. But if you don't, you know where I am. Well, that was a quick foray around the gratitude train of why are we gratitude, why are we gratitude, I am gratitude, definitely, why we feel gratitude, who we feel gratitude for, how we feel gratitude, and then what it means for us. And I think that a lot of the times it's really hard, isn't it, to see what things mean to us without we examine it. And that's what we're doing this morning. We're examining it. I've been in the gratitude room, actually. I spent a long stint, maybe about a year, in the gratitude room whilst we were not full on with the business, until I was coaching every day. I was going into the gratitude room 3 times a week, running an hour, just hearing people's gratitude. Matt came in to that. So did Ju. So did James. So did Alexia at some points. I think Alexia did. I'll be honest, I don't remember her now, but I think she did. Frank did again and again and again. And I did for an hour on a Saturday, an hour on a Tuesday, I think an hour on a Thursday. I did 3 hours a week. And I do 3 hours a week now on social media, longer actually. And I do it because I am grateful. I'm grateful for all the learning that I know. I'm grateful for all the experience that I've had. I'm grateful for everything that I'm getting to read right now at university. I am honoured to be a human that can still read books. I have to say my sight is diminishing. So my sight has been limited over the last few months. It's to do with some of the conditions that I have, and I've had to start to rely on listening, because seeing hasn't been something that's that good. I've got somebody driving me at the moment now. He's called Charles, and I'm grateful for him. And sight isn't something that's easy for me at the moment. When I look,
can I have another gratitude?
You can have another gratitude.
I'm grateful for having problems with my sight, because the support I've had from the blind has been amazing. I've just been reading their magazine this morning, and my eyes were going out of focus, and I got a light thing which I can adjust, which is what you're going to want. Oh, MJ, it's lovely. It's so small. You just pick it up and carry it with you.
Really?
Love it. Yeah.
Well, it's time that I got my numbers. Weirdly, one of the humans that works with us, I didn't know this. She works in the DVLA, and her job is in the medical department. And if I give her my glasses number when I get my new glasses, she can tell me when or if or how close I am to not being able to drive. Now, I'm grateful that she exists in my life, because I'm grateful that I can ask somebody outside of the DVLA, if you like, without ringing them and going, can I keep my license? Them say, yeah, actually, no, you've rung us now, so we're going to take it off you. When actually what I've done is I've made a decision to only drive when I can see, right? And if I can't see, or if my eyes start to do silly things, then I stop driving and I ring Charles. And if I go somewhere and I've driven there and it's starting to affect me, then I ring and I get picked up again. So I've made the decisions about what's happening to my body and to my current situation with my eyes, and I've made those decisions. But your knowledge that you've been gathering, Alexia, and the knowledge that I have from Trey, actually now that he understands what's happening, because Trey's blind, I'm not at all. But what's happening is it's difficult to see faces. It's difficult to see colours. Colours have gone wrong. I thought it was just my phone.
Oh God, I'll send you. There's when the lady came to me, she set something up on my phone. It will tell you what you're looking at. It will read labels for you. You just go into this app, hold it up, and it will help you in so many ways.
Fantastic. At the moment, I'm taking a picture of it, and then I'm pushing it through ChatGTP to ask it what it says. But I've found my way, right? I've found my way. Even with small things, I've found my way. And then I enlarge the text from ChatGTP on my phone into extra large, and then I can read it. It's just making things a bit more convoluted to move around.
It's what I have to do all the time. My eyes are doing exactly the same as yours. They go out of focus because when the doctor registered me as partially sighted, the first thing I said to him is, am I safe on the scooter?
Yes.
He said, yes, you're not going at that greater speed. He said, and you've had this challenge all your life, but it's now been acknowledged.
That's it. And actually,
you know to be careful.
What's happening with me, it appears, is that the nerves to my eyes are being squashed through my spine. So it closes the eyes down, apparently, when the nerve through your neck or something up your spine, number 6, 5 and 6, apparently when they're squashed, it can affect your eyes. So anyway, that's the degeneration of your spine, but you don't think about it affecting your eyes.
Does the same thing because I've got bits of brain missing. And I get that similar thing. I understand it fully because that's exactly what happens to me.
It's crazy.
That's why I struggled with university last year.
Yeah, same for me. And reading has become much more difficult. And when I try and read on the screen,
ring Apple.
Yeah.
And ask them. There's a free software they'll set up for you, and I got it set up on one of the keys you don't use. I highlight it, and my MacBook reads it to me.
Yeah, fantastic.
It'll read my mail to me.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what we need. All of these solutions. Yeah.
Sorted out because, well, if you know through Apple, it's free anyway.
That's it.
The other thing she did for me was I was having jobs seeing the icons at the bottom whether you're looking for your mail or whatever. When I run my mouse over it, it raises them up. Absolutely, that's what I need. I need to use the accessibility features and set myself up as if this is already happening, because it is now. I kind of knew that there was potential for effect, but I guess over the last 5 years I've just kind of not worried about anything until it was happening. Now it is. Now I need to change my tack, and I think that's a really important part of gratitude, right? It doesn't matter what you know, MJ. when I was diagnosed, we've talked about this, but I want to bring this up again for people because I think it's important. It doesn't matter how long you've had a problem. When somebody suddenly gives it a diagnosis, your brain goes, oh my God, this is something new. I've gone through every emotion from anger to tears to frustration. And yet, because I was lucky enough to be diagnosed by the specialist at the hospital, I got the support right away. It doesn't happen at every hospital, but I actually got the support worker. He asked if she could come in on the meeting, and I then stayed at the hospital and we went through everything that could be done. But my brain went through a kind of trauma after that.
Of course.
And that's fine as long as you don't stay there.
That's it.
I couldn't use those gadgets to begin with, although I had them there, because my mind and my body were rebelling against it.
Of course they were. Of course they were.
Alexia, I totally know about this because my sister has been like a sportswoman and like a tennis player, a runner all her life. She got COVID, ended up with long COVID, and because of having the investigations, because of the long COVID, they found out she's actually got spina bifida and some of her spine is growing into her brain or something. And she's like, she's just like, what? I'm a runner, I'm fit and healthy, you know?
She has the chimera formation. That's what it is, Vicky. It's the chimera formation. It means that, it's exactly what it means. It means that the base of the brain is impacted by the top of the spine, and so it presses. But the chimera formation is really, really common in EDS and in autism and in that branch of capability. Yeah. So it's the chimera formation. I think that's how they say it. CHIM if you're looking for it. So of course these things are often not impactful until they start showing symptoms, but they've always been there, just like gratitude, right? It's always been there. It literally has always been there. Even though we don't know about the mechanics of it, potentially we know it's there, because actually when we have the attitude of gratitude, in more than just a thank you, all right, I believe, and my experience is that it has transformed who I am. Now, I've gone to Pete Cohen's attitude of gratitude, 30 days gratitude meditation, and it's fantastic. But I also always go deeper. And so for the last 21 days, I think that's where we're at the moment, 21 days of gratitude, I think that's where we're at. I have been carrying out a program on Mind Valley about creating the chemicals that gratitude and meditation can evoke, and how they have developed me. So I'm going to put these into 7 stages, but I'm going to run over them today. But if you want to do a deeper dive, then we're going to be doing that in inclusion. The 7 ways that I have developed my own gratitude over the last 21 days is through the chemicals that I can create in my own brain. And the way that I've created them is by carrying out gratitude for various things that I've had happen to me and things that I want to have happen to me, whilst also being grateful for exactly where I am. The first, and you might want to write this down, the first, we've got 25 minutes. The first, so I would just settle in. I really would. And if you've got your phone, make notes there. And if you haven't, then press record on your phone if you can. But make notes. The first mechanism, the first chemical, the first process, the first stage, apart from to be grateful, is to look for the feel good chemical. Dopamine is something that we activate when we have gratitude, but also when we practice gratitude, our brain starts to expect the positive outcomes because we get the evidence, right? That's it. It starts to expect it because it gets the evidence. So we are grateful for something that hasn't happened yet, something that we want, something that we'd like, that we're grateful for it. I'm grateful for getting up every day at 4 a.m. Why was I grateful for it before I did it? Because I knew that eventually, when I told my dumb brain, and that's how I feel about it sometimes, that it was going to get up at 4 o'clock every morning, that at some point, just like walking, just like talking, just like speaking this language, just like being here on social media, here and there and there and there, all concurrently. Never imagined in a million years I could do 5 social media platforms concurrently. My brain got to anticipate the gratitude of when that came to reality. This creates a cycle of positivity. I'm grateful for getting up at 4 a.m. because that's what I do now. Today, Jew will tell you I got up at 5 a.m. Why? Because I decided I would have an extra sleep, because I'm not up for morning meeting. I'm not up for 6 a.m. Monday morning clubhouse. I am up by choice, and I was tired. I've had a staff member off sick. I've had another on holiday, and I've had to step up to the plate. I was grateful for getting up at 4 every morning. And this morning, I was grateful for changing my alarm to 5 and sleeping through. There was a time when I couldn't have taken an extra hour's sleep, and I'd have felt guilty when I did get up an extra hour late. But actually, I have commanded my sleep now, and I am grateful. And those feel-good chemicals, the dopamine reward of even me having an extra sleep, was paramount this morning when I woke up and said to Jew, do you know, I've slept like a log and I feel absolutely incredible. And here I am at 5 with 3 hours before the social media room, just the same as when I get up and I start at 7. My morning meeting starts at 5, by the way, 5 days a week, in case anybody wondered, for 2 hours. That's when I set up my day, set up our client management for the day, and know what's ahead. Your brain starts to believe that you can focus on that. It creates the dopamine created in your brain. You can feel it. I feel dopamine in my mind, in the middle of my mind. I also feel it coming up in the energy centers through my middle. Sometimes they say it's a gut feeling. Sometimes they say, oh, I feel wriggly in my in-betweeny bits. Sometimes it's that your heart's fluttering. Occasionally it's that your belly feels wibbly. Sometimes it's that your throat feels quite excited and you feel like you're shaking when you speak. It can be that the feeling of dopamine washes over you like somebody stepping on your grave, but you can feel it, right? You can feel it. And when you get that feeling in meditation, you wind that feeling up. You build on that feeling by imagineering more and more and more and more of those things that have evoked that feeling. And you create a cycle of gratitude that your brain carries out, whether or not you feel it. It's dopamine and it's sick. Now, the thing is, talking about sleep, that the next one that I started to practice, and it was 2 or 3 days of each, 2 3 days of the dopamine meditation, and I was creating dopamine. Once I knew what dopamine felt like, once I could evoke it whenever I felt like I am doing now, then I moved on to serotonin. That's number 2. And we've still got 20 minutes and only 7 to go. So you be ready. So we began with dopamine. And when we create dopamine, we open up our receptors. Let me just go back to that and create new dopamine receptors. And those dopamine receptors respond to us, our emotion, not to an energy drink or to a TV show or to whatever it is that you create your dopamine with, a quick fix, but to you imagineering how to create that dopamine again and again and again. The next one is serotonin. Now, serotonin is evoked, and when it's evoked, when we create serotonin, and I have a meditation that I work with for serotonin creation, when we are grateful for what we already have, okay, not something we got to go get, but grateful for what we already have. For breathing, for family, for pets, for each other. Serotonin plays a massively crucial role in regulating our mood, our sleep, and our appetite. So, right, guys, if you can bring serotonin into your mind, and that's what you do. You create it in the workshop in your mind. It literally is the powerhouse where you create these emotions, you create these hormones. They're not things that are given to you, they're things that we create. They're evoked. Like a spell, they're evoked. So to evoke serotonin, be grateful for what you've got. In your meditation, be grateful for what you have got. And I don't care what you've got. You've got something to be grateful for because you've just breathed in and out. Both is useful. So be grateful, yeah, for what you already have. And that way you create, not dopamine, but the serotonin. Grateful for what's coming, the attitude of gratitude. When we create the feel-good chemical of dopamine, then we also can create serotonin when we are grateful for what we've got. Are you in a bed? Good. Well done on you. Are you breathing? Yes. Have you eaten something today? Aha. Have you got some water? Then really, as long as you've got somebody to tell that to, what you're whinging about. Anyway, number 2. Is serotonin. Are you ready for number 3? You're not. You've never been ready for number 3. You've never been ready for it. Number 3 is oxytocin. Now, if anyone can tell me in the chat what oxytocin means. There we go. Come on. Anyone know what it is? Its other name. It's got another name. It's got another name. I'm just going to tell you. It's the love drug. It's the love hormone. And it's released when, well, I have a wild stab in the dark, which is what you'll get if you don't know. It's when we are connected to each other. Gratitude strengthens our relationships by fostering a sense of connection and trust. If you trust me, you can feel my love for you. Ah! And if I love you, then I can feel your love for me. When we're grateful for the people around us, and many of us were this morning, then we enhance our oxytocin levels. That's the love drug. I used to watch The Love Boat. Yeah. Well, let's get on the love boat and have the love drug by being grateful for each other. I am grateful for every single damn one of you. And if you can't feel that, then you're not connected. And I know you can. So, in your meditation, you begin with having the attitude of gratitude. Yeah. I'm grateful for everything, even the shitty stuff. And I'm going to feel good about what I've already got. And even if that's your breath, then breathe and be grateful for it. You will create dopamine. And then remember to be grateful on your feelings of well-being. Why? Because they'll talk to you about who you're connected to. And that will create your oxytocin. But only if you're grateful and think about those people that you're grateful for, literally taking your energy, your attitude of gratitude, and focusing it first of all inwards to be grateful on who and what and how you are. Be grateful for every cell of your body. Be grateful for every connectivity. Be grateful for the fact that we are transmitters and receivers. And when you are grateful, that gratitude is pushed out when it becomes so overwhelming that it falls out of you. That creates the strength of love, of oxytocin, that can travel with your attitude of gratitude to those people that you love, like an arrow, like Cupid's heart. You literally just shoot some love at the people you love and they love you even more. The love hormone. Now, you know already from this morning that I'm in a wheelchair. You already know from this morning that Jew and I have talked about difficulties of that Alexia has had an accident, that we all actually are disabled. And, you know, if you're not disabled, you're going to be soon. Unless you die in your sleep, which not many of us are privileged to do. You're very likely to get ill before you do die, right? It's just kind of what decay is. But we can create endorphins with all of those other hormones that I've talked about on the back of love. We can create endorphins. Practicing gratitude helps us create endorphins. And endorphins, what do? I'll tell you what they do. They kill pain. Emotional pain, psychological pain, physical pain, pain that we've made up, pain from the stories we've told ourselves. When we focus on gratitude, we are more relaxed and we are less susceptible to pain. And believe me, for those watching right now, I have methods by which I can promote my endorphins. When I am going through pain, I can carry out certain practices, which you will be watching now, that will release for me the pain that I am in and allow me to experience the attitude of gratitude. Pain relieving. Meditation, when focused on gratitude, can be a powerful way to tap into pain relievers. So if you are in pain, meditate. If you're in pain, show gratitude. Say gratitude. Put a damn smile on your face, even if you're in pain. I don't care if it's a grimace. You can smile like that. That's okay. Through gritted teeth. You can do that. Your brain doesn't know any difference between smiling like this and smiling in another way. Just smile. It takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. Just saying. Smile. And those endorphins will be released. Smile now and think about having less pain, and you'll have less pain. I promise you, try it. Now, this is the one that I went after. This is the one that I take in a bottle. This is the one that I already get in a bottle, and I now know how to promote. Number 5. Nothing wrong with the supplement, people. GABA. The calming chemical. And you can hear how excited I am. I clearly need a bit of GABA. So I've got a little bit of naturally assistive GABA that I'm taking right now. GABA, hang on, I can't say this. Aminobutyric gamma aminobutyric acid, GABA, is a neurotransmitter that can calm your nervous system. Now, low levels of GABA are linked to anxiety and stress. Meditation, particularly mindful meditation, the meditation I've been talking about, the biohacking meditation, layering those chemicals on top of each other, increase GABA, and that reduces anxiety. Just saying. Just realised that my top is a little bit wonky. I'm a bit wonky. I'm just going to unwonk myself. I got a bit excited. So I had some GABA just to bring me down a little bit. It helps reduce anxiety. And when we put that with meditation, well, I'm going to come on to that. But there's a word that GABA impacts on. It begins with B and it ends in S. And in the end, in the middle, it has, hang on. It's 5 letters. It begins with B, it ends in S, and it has 3 in between. When you've guessed it, I'm going to look in the chat in a minute and see if anyone's guessed it. If you haven't guessed it, you'll guess it by number 7. You'll guess it by number 7. So GABA, number 5. Let's just recap, because for those that haven't written it down, that didn't get a pen, that thought it wasn't worth it, well, go get a pen now. Number 1, dopamine. the feel-good chemical. Number 2, serotonin. Regulates our sleep, our mood, and our appetite. Remember, if you're fat, you probably haven't got as much serotonin as you want. Maybe if you're thin, you haven't got as much serotonin as you want. Maybe you need to be just right, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Oxytocin, number 3, it comes in at number 3. It's released when we're connected to others. So connect to others and be grateful for the ones you're connected with, even if it's only one. Be grateful for that one person, because it's better than not being connected at all. And that one connection will magnetize you to bring other connections in your life. Endorphins, the pain relievers, promoted because of all of those. Meditation, when focused on gratitude, helps us create those endorphins and releases the GABA, the calming chemical. I don't sound very calm, but it is my antidote to stress and anxiety. And do I look stressed? Nah, because I'm not. The reason I'm not is because I have attitude of gratitude. I've created all of those chemicals today in myself and of myself in order that I could focus. Norepinephrine, I think it's called. Norepinephrine. Anyone that can say it, come and say it. You're very excited to say it afterwards. Norepinephrine, I think, is involved in our body's fight or flight. It also plays a focus in our attention and our focus. I need attention and focus. I'm trained as a social worker. I need attention and focus. I run a large business with a lot of beautiful people in it. I need meditation and focus, both of those. And that's not just, I need to meditate and focus what I'm grateful for so that I can reduce the stresses and move myself toward a positive attitude no matter what is happening. It improves my mental clarity. And it's created by having all those other enhancers in place so that the focus enhancer can be created. Number 6, it's an advanced methodology. You need to be able to evoke all 6, all 5, but just 2 or 3 days on each. I say advanced, about 21 days. Come on, it's not long. 3 weeks. Can you manage 3 weeks of anything? I'd say you can manage a lifetime of this. When you fix your attention on the positives and you steer away from the stressors, that drug is created. So the attitude of gratitude, the label of this room, the reason that we're here today, it is World Gratitude Day. I am grateful for understanding that I can sharpen my focus and enhance my ability to concentrate by not focusing on what I cannot change, by not focusing on the things I do not like. Because if I focus on the things I don't like, I'm going to make more of them. That is gratitude. If I am grateful for the things I don't like, I will make more of them. I will of those things. If I keep focusing on not being a friend to people, on not having any, then I won't. Because I'll believe everybody isn't going to be my friend. For example, kids in school. I haven't got any friends. Well, maybe if your attitude of gratitude is different, maybe your friendship circle will grow because you're not looking at everybody as if they're going to be the enemy. Now, the 7th is the sleep hormone, but actually, when you layer all of those drugs on top of each other, you don't get sleepy. You get, I bet you don't know. I'm going to look and see if anybody does. You get blissy. You get bliss. The 6 promote bliss. And the bliss brain is something that, seriously, I'd like to live in forever. And when I meditate and I layer those attitudes on top of each other, that creates the melatonin and bliss brain. All of those other hormones together with bliss creates the melatonin on top of those. And melatonin, although it's a sleep enhancer, it isn't when we have all the other hormones in there. Actually, it just means that we're more restful and our mind and body is more in sync. And then we have that melatonin ready for when we want that deep dive into the bed even if it's an extra hour that we're staying in bed that day. So I find that it has created a powerful synergy in my life. It's allowed me to focus on my mental and my physical well-being, but it takes my positive thoughts and it physically changes my brain chemistry to support my life to be healthier and happier. So maybe gratitude is more than just a feeling. Maybe it's an enormously powerful tool that we all have at our fingertips, and maybe it's completely free. And maybe the only thing we need is the thing we've been born with, the power of our mind and our heart and our soul and our decision to be grateful for who and what and how we are today. Listen, it has changed my attitude of gratitude, and I was a gratitude warrior. So even if you're a gratitude stalwart, even if you have been practicing gratitude for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, I believe that coming along and being part of this movement, part of who and what and how we are, part of inclusion, part of MJ's house, part of knowing that Accessibility Partners is making the difference. We are the difference that makes a difference to the 26.4 people that are disabled. Maybe coming along on this train is the right thing to do, because maybe you will feel better, both in what you do and how you are and how you act and who you spend time with, what you eat, how you sleep, and then how you learn and live and grow and develop. It is all about lifespan planning. It's all about you, and it's about you planning your way to a grateful future. Grateful for what you've had, grateful for what you've got now and who you are now, but really, really already grateful for who and what and how you are in the future, because I can already see them. I can see who you're going to become. I can see who I'm going to become, and I can see who I already am now. And I am grateful. I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for here. I'm grateful for now. And I'm grateful for everyone being here. I am going to leave it there in about 120 seconds, just because I want you to know how grateful I am for you. And I think that it will be great, to be honest, if I could have sung something, but I can't, or played something. I didn't have it ready. But what I was playing before we left today, before we left for this journey, was I'm going to have a good day. Now, whatever it is, you're going to go and Google, whatever it is, whether it's, I don't know, happy, that one, Pharrell Williams, whether you're going to go and play I'm happy, or I'm going to have a great day, or I'm going to have a good day, or I'm grateful for you. Why don't you type gratitude, or tell Alexa to play something, Alexa to play something about gratitude today in this next few moments. I am grateful for you all. We have been in MJ's house. We're back again on Monday morning at 6:00, and believe me, you don't want to not be here. You want to buy. Alexa's already started, so I'm going to go and listen to what it is that Alexa has started playing for me. Oh, don't know whether you can hear it. Alexa, volume up 4. Almost every night. There we go. I am very excited to have been spending time with you this morning. I am grateful to everyone that's been here. For the others in the room, just hit on the house and make sure you remember we have 4,500 members, and I would like to welcome them all, one and all, to whether they're here now or in replay, or whether you're messaging me. It's 9:00 and it's time for me to go and record my weekly selfie video. Have a great, great week. And remember, it is World Gratitude Day. I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for all of the gratitude that you are going to produce. Don't forget to send some this way. Have a great day. Bye.